And welcome back, everybody, to the Fifth Line Podcast. We are back. We had some technical difficulties today with Eric, but we got them figured out. And we're here to bring you a solid hour and a half of hockey content. We got Nick in the top left, Eric in the top right, Ben in the bottom left, and me in the bottom right. And let's get into it. Let's start off with some non-hockey content. Nick.
Okay.
Your boy has retired.
This is true. After 20 seasons, I think he's 42, I believe.
So he's up there.
15 years with the Saints. Drew Brees, hanging him up. It was a pretty cool video, too. On his Instagram is where... fuck.
Oh, a little shocky dude.
Yeah. CC shocked me. The cat is statically charged.
Yeah.
It basically did it where it was a video recording of his kid, or like it was just a recording of his kids sitting on on their couch and saying, you know, after 20 years, Dad's finally decided he's gonna retire and stay home and spend time with us. And
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. But yeah, and I'm not gonna rattle through all of his stats because I don't know him, but I know he's got very many.
Well, as we know, I like to be prepared.
Okay.
I only have two. I only have two stats. He's got 80,000+ yards of passing, 571 touchdowns, which is second, I believe, all time
to Brady.
To Brady. Yep. So
Hold
Brady's gonna have that, I think. It seems.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
very
nice career, obviously.
So highest completion percentages as in a single season in NFL history. 2018, 74% completion percentage. 2019, 74.3% completion percentage. 2017, 72%. And then 2011, he was 71. So basically, he's
pretty consistent
averaging
there.
like a 70+ completion percentage per season, which
is good, eh?
He throws the ball a ton, so that's pretty good.
Yep. So pretty good career. He never got that Vince Lombardi trophy, did he?
Yes, he did.
Oh, he did?
One time. Yep.
I can't remember back that far. I also didn't pay attention.
Man, 13, I want to say 2013 maybe.
Hey Nick.
In that time, Trevor, if you correct me, buddy, you'll know.
Yeah, Nick. I don't know if you know this, but was that the year Hurricane Katrina hit too? Wasn't
I want to say it was the year after Katrina.
The year after.
The year
Okay.
after
That's
Katrina.
kind of cool.
Or sorry, yeah, the year after. Yeah, the year after.
So it was like,
I'm gonna look it up now. So
celebrate. We've got clean streets and a championship.
Yeah. That's a good way to pull a place together. You know.
It is, yeah.
2010.
Sports.
So the Saints won in 2010, and Katrina.
Katrina. I'm surprised that I don't know when that was, but it wasn't.
Katrina was in 2005.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
So it was probably Ben. The
Geographical Ben over here.
The
yeah,
news
Ben.
man.
Props.
All right. So back to hockey. Hockey is back to ESPN, which I'm young enough, and I think most of us are, that I didn't really watch a lot of hockey on ESPN because it was 2005.
By the time we got to
ESPN,
they didn't show hockey like ever.
It's very true.
So I have never really even had any. Like, I was talking to the sports editor at my work. I was like, "Oh, I guess I'll have to start watching ESPN now." And he's like, "You don't watch ESPN?" And I'm like,
The only
pro league I follow is the NHL. So no.
And ESPN's notorious. Like back in high school, I used to watch it, go home and watch it every day. ESPN was notorious not to report hockey stuff. It was very limited. One of the only guys they had was Melrose in studio, and they gave him like a 5-minute segment on one. Seemed like one show. So like the rest of the 23 and a half hours a day.
I mean, it's it's a US based network, obviously, and hockey wasn't the biggest in the US for a long time. It's getting up there now, and I like that it's going back to ESPN because ESPN is like that's the sports center of
because
the US.
they have a sports center named show.
So it's just going to bring more eyes to hockey. So let's do
Hopefully.
it.
I hope they treat it. I hope they treat the NHL like they actually want to have it, and that not like they just got the TV deal to have more content.
Yeah.
Just to be like, we have NHL games as part of our because if you have that, you'll have a guaranteed several tens of thousands of people who will probably go to your service because
The
of
problem with it is that NHL and NBA seasons line basically
so
straight up. And
I know that
ESPN so heavily covers NBA, it's unreal. And I stopped watching it because of that. You could barely go on and watch anything about like football season, yeah, obviously. Plus NBA is not playing usually. And then in October they'll report baseball, but like right now they're not talking about baseball. It's only spring training. So like,
yeah.
But if it's NBA, if it's preseason NBA, they're talking about it. It's just like.
And I mean, to a degree, that's just because NBA is hella popular, and
It is.
ESPN
It also
likes
brings
to
in
get
billions
good
of
ratings.
dollars.
So like, it makes sense. But also, I hope. I mean, that's why moving into the streaming area is going to be a big part of it, because there's no channel like competition to worry about on a streaming service. You can just have all the things you want going at once, and it'll be available. I just hope the ESPN actually makes it like they want hockey. Like put an effort into it. Get good. I'm interested to see especially what the commentating team is going to be, because
they'll have to hire NHL staff.
Anybody in house, I don't.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they cleaned house on their NHL staff a couple years ago. Like 5+ years
when
ago.
they dumped it.
So it'll be really interesting to see if they'll kind of fall back on older national names, or if they might kind of pick through some of the regional markets for a lot of the NHL teams and like find some sort of favorites from there.
Dude, get penis hair. Get penis hair.
I bet you they pull in guys like
it's Brian Engblom.
Oh Christ! I forgot about him. Jeez.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you gotta love it. What do you think about this, Eric?
So I was just talking to my dad about this, and we were looking it up. The last time the ESPN showed NHL games was 16 years ago, 17 years ago.
It was the lockout year, I think.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, something crazy like that. And yeah, I have no recollection of any ESPN game. Like my earliest hockey memories are Versus. And that was like the best thing ever.
Yeah, Versus was legit. I actually really liked that era of hockey for some reason.
That was legit. That was like the Crosby v. Ovechkin days.
Yeah.
Those so
what
much
about
fun.
What about the ads though? The Sports Center commercials.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Sports Center. Yeah. That was actually. Those were really funny. So maybe. I mean, I don't know. Just to reiterate what you guys were saying, like, what will the ESPN do with this? Like, you can't just say, "Oh, we have hockey now." Like, yeah, like how
I mean, they can.
How in depth? Yeah, but like, how in depth will they go with marketing or like are trying to grow the game, right? Because that's the goal. That's always the goal. So.
I hope they aren't just doing it just to have NHL streaming be a part of the ESPN Plus draw, and then just kind of treat it as like a step kid of the ESPN tree.
Like it is Disney. Yeah. It is Disney, isn't it?
So ESPN really doesn't.
They're buying everything.
They don't really show football. ESPN is not a football. I guess broadcasting station. They don't show games. It's all NBC.
Really?
It's all CBC or CBS. Baseball is on Fox Sports and TBS usually. So ESPN, besides basketball, they stream basketball, and that's about it.
So maybe
their
so
platform.
It's going to be like 2 sports then for streaming at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess if you look at it like then maybe they're like, all right, we got basketball down, let's move on to another one, and then it's kind of all around the same time as what I don't know. I guess there's ways.
The only problem is, what are they going to televise? How are they going to do it? Because if there's a Lakers Celtics game on ESPN on a Thursday night, and there's a Edmonton and whoever game on Thursday night.
Edmonton will be on ESPN 2.
And
there is a second one.
and there is, yeah, I agree. But God damn it, Kat. She shocked me again.
Yeah, there is a second channel, but
So
that's
basic
also
packages
not
of
good 'cause they'll always be
Well,
on ESPN.
basic cable packages of ESPN don't include every ESPN station. It
Exactly.
includes ESPN, which houses all of their standard shows and basketball.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think NHL will always get relegated to their other channels
second.
over
Yeah.
NBA.
That is true.
Before it'll be on or they'll just have to be like no NBA games on that night, and then maybe they'll grab an NHL game and throw it there.
Question, actually. So what does the emphasis on streaming thing mean? Is that that because Disney owns it and like they want to?
I think so. I think you know how we all have, except for you, I don't think we all have the NHL, like subscribe NHL TV thing streaming.
Yeah.
Thing. So I think that's all getting pushed onto ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
Oh,
press release
okay, that's what that means.
said.
Okay.
Their ESPN Plus will just function as NHL TV is this year.
So it's gonna be.
Okay.
Yeah. So on that homepage, hopefully, will be some nice hockey games to watch alongside the NBA, and they do a lot of fights on ESPN Plus as well, and they do like major golf tournaments, but those are during the day, and then hockey's at night. So.
Okay.
But yeah. It'll be interesting to see. I just hope they do some more cool commercials because they're freaking funny.
And not hire Mike Milbury. Don't
probably
hire
a
Mike
good
Milbury.
plan.
Challenge 2021.
it's the not. Oh jeez.
Get the hashtag trending on Twitter. 20 subscribers that we have, please.
We'll start it.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Jordan Binnington. After his fake punch,
I don't know about that.
Big man trying to fight everybody
shaking my
after
head, too.
sucking balls and getting pulled. After all that, gets a 6x6 deal, $6 million by 6 years, which takes him up until he's 33. So.
Yeah,
think
I
it's
don't know
dumb.
I don't know how you give him that contract after his bubble performance, then how he's been doing this season, and then he's not if you have until the end of the season get an extension done, was he going to expire at the end of this year? Was that it?
Yes. Yep, this was his last signed
Okay,
year.
and the season's going as it is. You give it a sec to see what's
I
going
agree.
on, because I don't know about that. I don't know about him yet.
I don't like it.
He only had one good season, right? It was the season going
really,
into the
yeah.
bubble, and then he played
Was it-
shitty in the bubble.
Well, he
No.
had the good season where they won the cup.
Yeah,
And
but
It was
he
a
came
half
in,
season.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It was
he
a
came
half
in
season,
halfway.
yeah.
So it was a nutty half season
Yeah.
because they
he
were
really
last.
did have a super strong 50 games
Oh
basically.
yeah, he did
Yeah.
really awesome. But that's the thing. I don't think we've seen more than an incredible half season. I don't think we've seen a full good season from him yet.
Actually,
But
let me see. Jordan.
6x6, I mean that's not bad. That's Markstrom's deal, isn't it? In
Yes.
Calgary.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
so-
not one to talk. I would prefer a Markstrom based on how the hell he's been playing fucking every time he plays the Habs.
Yeah.
Anyway, that'll
The,
later.
I
I
don't mind
wouldn't when he plays the Senators.
I don't
True.
mind a 6x6 on a goalie, but I feel like you don't want that 6 years to end at 33. I think you want it to end a long ways before that. Because what are the chances he's going to be worth $6 million? Well, first of all, is he worth $6 million now? I don't really know.
Well,
Will
so
he be
in
at 33?
where he came in halfway through, he had 32 games played in the regular season, and in that had a .927 save percentage with 24 wins. That's pretty bananas. That's very good. And then
Yeah.
where are his playoff stats? What? You don't have playoff stats?
Yes, but that was 2 years ago, right?
2 years ago. Then
Yeah.
last year, pretty big dip. Goes from 927 down to 912 in 50 games, which 912 is still usable. It's not a $6 million goalie, but it's
No.
a usable goalie. I mean, I'm saying all this as a fan of a team who has signed Carey Price to 10. Anyway,
$15 million
that's also
goalie
bad.
tandem.
it's also bad. But there's that, and then this year he has a 906 through 20 games.
Yeah,
He
so
has
he's
nine wins in 20 games.
so
Ooh.
this is what you see. You're seeing a goalie who had a crazy half season and has since gone downhill at a very steady rate, very gradual, steady rate. And you're now signing him for. He's gonna.
Now you just made him your committed goalie for the next 6 years.
But here's the
at
thing.
least 4 seasons.
But here's the thing. This makes him, and correct me if I'm wrong, this makes him tied for the 4th highest paid goalie in the league, him and Markstrom.
Are they up there?
You've
there
got
aren't that many goalies that are paid that much.
No,
actually,
you've
'cause
got
it's Carey
Carey,
and
Bobrovsky,
top.
and Vasi is making 8 point something, I think. Or 9
And
point
after that,
something.
yeah, nobody's making
After that,
crazy
it's
numbers.
nobody. So I think that ties him for the
Vasi-
5th highest paid.
I will say Vasi is the only one that is worth it of those
yeah.
top 3.
Absolutely.
I will fully admit that.
Absolutely.
At this point, even as a Carey fan, that contract only gets worse.
What's Hellebuck making?
Ooh,
Not
good,
enough. Not
That's
enough.
a good question.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Let's find out.
Friend.
Probably like 5. I bet you he's like 5.
Yeah, you know, it probably is.
Because remember, he had a couple seasons right at the beginning when he was hella yuck, and we used to make fun of him for it.
I do.
Yeah,
remember
he
that.
did start rough from what I remember.
But see, that's the thing about with all this. Like goalies are weird like that. Goalies are like their contracts and how well they play, and I don't know. It's just very strange. Like when I think of Semyon Varlamov, like he's having some sort of season this year with the Islanders.
Dude, he's getting
and
points.
yes, I know it's like obviously it hasn't been that many games yet, but like I never would have thought like Varlamov's like on the latter years of
He's
his
on the
career,
tail end of
right?
his career. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
would say
like
so.
it's just goalies are weird like that.
Voodoo.
Yeah.
But to answer your question,
He's 929 save
Hellebuck.
percentage.
Hellebuck is making 6.16 mil through the 2023-24 season.
Okay, so
But
it ties them.
He is
for
worth
5th.
that. He is worth that easily with how freaking good Connor Hellebuck is.
Absolutely.
Holy crap! In all the games I've seen him in this
He's
year,
going to be the
which is-
starting goalie for Team USA when they roll into
Yeah,
the Olympics,
USA,
and he's going to win it.
USA.
You know who US is also going to have is Jeff fucking Petrie, but we'll get
USA.
to that.
They're also going to have
What were we-
Austin Matthews.
Yeah, US is looking like it might
And
be kind
Patrick
of
Kane. Oh, watch out, Canada.
It'll be
Yeah, but Canada's got Mark Stone. They've got
Connor
McDavid.
McDavid.
the
Yeah,
Canada
but you know what?
forward group is
They
a
got
little
Crosby
nutty.
still.
Projected Canada D core is where it's going to be harder.
Yes, but listen, Germany has Tim Stützle and Leon Draisaitl. So
Leanne
I think that'll be
Draisaitl,
fun. That'll be fun to
that'll
watch
be
those
really
guys
fun
play
to watch.
together.
That'll
Yeah.
be really fun. Okay, moving on. Artemi Panarin is back. So his leave of absence was what, 3 weeks long, or was it a little
Quick
bit longer?
jaunt.
It was a
It was a
little
quick jaunt to the
step
park.
back. So I'm hoping that means that everything is okay and everybody's safe.
Yeah, hopefully.
So yeah.
And hopefully he'll be able to join the Rangers again. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think they've actually won a couple
They've
of them.
not been too shabby. They have 25 points. They are 6th in the East, but they are 25. They are 7 points back from a playoff spot. So they can do it.
Right, still not ideal, but
They can do it if Panarin can get spicy.
Panarin can get. Yeah, that would be a help for them. I'm sure they would gladly take that back at this point in time.
Yes, indeed. So that's good. Good to see. And now to a bad team in the East. So the
This
Sabres.
one's sad.
This is just not good.
Yeah.
So the Sabres recently, I think most teams except maybe the New York City teams, have started
they
to.
have to.
Okay, they've started to let a small percentage of fans back into the building. This for the
Usually
Sabres.
about 2,000.
For the
ish.
Sabres, it was 1,970 tickets were available, and obviously they first went to all the season ticket holders, who every single one of them declined. So
It's so stupid. Like they.
not a single one was like, "Yeah, I'll go to some games."
Like, nah, fuck that. They suck.
Which I'm sure there was some of a mix of like some fans who maybe would have and are still hesitant to right now. There's probably some of that, but there's still probably a good portion of
way
people
more that are just like,
yeah, exactly. Who
no,
they're just
Fix-
like, nah. Why would I pay for this?
fix your shit.
And to be fair, why would they pay for it?
I don't know.
I want to go to Buffalo to watch this shitty team
On
lose
that-
and watch neither of the three players that they pay more than $5 million to score because they have 4 or 5 goals on the season and
yeah.
one's
they're
out
really-
for who knows how long. Because like now Eichel's out and nobody they
Eichel's
don't know
out
how long he's out
indefinitely.
for.
Yep, he's got
They're
some
really
sort of
screwed
upper body
by
injury.
they're screwed by the whole Canadian division being a thing because if it wasn't, and if there was border travel and Toronto was in that division, Toronto fans would just go fill.
They would.
Like
They would, yeah. They'd be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Games.
it also would help if Toronto would
that
lock the
with-
Toronto's still locked down completely, aren't they? So
Yeah, I think they're actually. I don't know. I know that both Ontario and Quebec are like
They're
They're
slowly opening things.
layering is like weird. Like cities, they're still staying way more locked down, but like as you get further out into rural areas, it's a bit. They're still at that stage, which, well, New York's been through for a while, I guess. Although, and just people getting sick anyway. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when Canada will get to that point. I know a lot of it has to do with Canada just doesn't have any vaccine supply right now. They're having a really hard time with that.
They gotta buy them.
Yeah, from what I know, they don't have anybody to develop them, so they would have to buy it from other countries. And then when you get to that, it's like, yeah, I guess it makes sense that most countries would. Hang on
yeah,
to
like
vaccines
US won't start exporting it until they vaccinate
Until
as
everybody
much as they
who
can here,
wants one
right?
here gets
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
So you're probably talking
Which is
like
a hard thing to
late
argue.
summer.
It's like, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Take care.
Like-
you gotta take care of your own first. We'll give you some, but we're gonna make sure.
Come on,
everybody
Canada,
here's got
step
it.
up your R&D, you dumbasses.
Your R&D. What's that?
Research and development.
I'm clearly not an R-er or a D-er. So yeah,
But geez,
Jack
Buffalo, though.
Jack
God.
Eichel's hurt and currently have lost 10 in a row. They got to double digits. Woo! It's bad.
Wow.
And actually, speaking of people not wanting to go to games, me and Danielle might be going to a game.
You're gonna be the two
In
people in the
Buffalo.
stadium.
Because we can get tickets for like $70. We need to, and there's one this Saturday, and it's an afternoon game, and that's why we want to go. Is because if it was a night game, we'd have to get a hotel. But this afternoon, we could go out there, see the game, and have enough time to come back without having to stay in a hotel. I will have to get a swab up my nose before I go. Got to get a
Are
negative
they
test.
doing rapid tests like as you?
No, I have to get it 72 hours before, so I'd have to do it here, and then.
I
go.
see.
So we're planning to do that. So hopefully that's a thing.
Who are they even playing?
Pittsburgh, or no, Boston. Boston. So they're gonna get
fucking
smoked.
blown out.
They're gonna get smoked, but it'll be fun to watch some Bruins score some goals. Woo!
Hopefully, Pasternak scores Hattie. That'd make
Why,
a good
for
night.
Danielle's fantasy team.
Cool Pasternak
Yeah.
goals. Hey, no, I'm trying to actually make some separation from her. Don't you say that.
She won't. I want Danielle. If you're listening, please let's talk about a trade for Pasternak.
Yeah, she's gonna trade her best player to you.
Yeah.
She's in the basement.
No, that's not how it works, Nick.
I'm sure she's still trying.
Yeah, she's still trying.
Okay,
Well, actually, we're
moving
talking about it now. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about it now. Fantasy. What's the frickin' my team has gotten so shite. They just have stopped scoring.
1, 2, 3, 4 right now is your dad, your mom, me.
It's the
and
same,
you.
I think, isn't
So
it?
your mom and I are about 200 and right over 200 points behind your dad,
And I'm like 360
and you're like 3 something. Yeah.
back from him. Frickin'.
And
Dude.
I'm not going to by any means say I'm in a good spot, but I will say I've been chipping away very slowly over the last few weeks. I had a 98-point game point night last night. That helped. I actually have some amount of separation between me and Danielle now. What's that?
It was Kirill Kaprizov.
Yes, it was.
Scored his hattie.
That was nice.
And it helps bring Minnesota into second, right behind Vegas. Yeah, Minnesota's back.
Oh yeah, that was 2 nights ago that he had the hat trick. I had 47 points that night, and 26 of them was him.
Oh geez. Yeah, you got some good ones on that team, Benny. But yeah, so
I said it earlier. It's coincided with me getting rid of all of my Canadians players.
Well, the Canadians have been on the down low,
except for Jeff Petrie, because he's still just shredding it. So yeah. I've kept him.
So the West, Vegas is first. Minnesota has climbed back into second. St. Louis and Colorado
Vegas
right behind them.
First.
Vegas is first. Yeah.
I have not been paying attention to the West.
Yeah, dude, they've been killing it. They've been beasting.
Vegas, yes, Vegas. I don't know why when you said Vegas, in my head it registered LA.
I don't know why that registered that way either.
Angeles, I don't know. I have no good reason.
They're both warm. Los Angeles isn't doing too bad though. They're 4 points outside of a playoff spot behind Colorado.
The Kings are hanging. The Kings are hanging. Let's go.
Yeah. They're hanging.
There's a little bit. Thing is still Minnesota.
It is. It's very weird. It's quite odd.
It's still strange.
Quite odd. They are on a 4-win streak, so that 4-win streak has helped them climb up there. Obviously.
So we're talking about the West right now.
Yes.
So I forget where I saw this, but somebody said they're obviously trying to get people to games, right? We were just talking about that before. And people were saying for Minnesota as a hockey team that has in like at least our lifetime, I guess more so like in college stuff, I always remember seeing them in the playoffs, but then it always would be a first round exit or a second round exit.
Yeah.
And this guy was saying we need to get people into this building because a talent like Kaprizov doesn't come around too often, and to that state, and fans need to see that. So what are your thoughts on that? Because I mean I haven't really watched Minnesota too much, but watching highlights, like he's just always in them.
I have liked. He's been fun to have on the fantasy team. He's been a bit of a surprise. I just grabbed him as a flyer one day and ended up working. But the highlights, Kirill the Thrill, I do like him. He seems to be just like a. That's what they're calling him. What do you want from me, Nick?
I figured you made it up because that's some dumb shit you'd say.
No, I think I saw T-shirts the other night.
He bought one.
They were advertising. I did not buy one. I thought about it, but no. He like the passing. Like he's pretty good. He seems to be a lot of fun. So good for Minnesota because. Yeah, they were for a while there, just like the perennial.
God damn it, Cat.
Perennial first round out team in the West. It was losing to Chicago or St. Louis on repeat for like 4 or 5 years there, and then I think Winnipeg 1 year. No, that was Dallas that 1 year. No,
Dallas,
did it lose to Dallas? I don't know. They always just sort of were decent in the regular season and then would just automatically go out in the first. So hopefully
they also had Dubnyk playing goalie for the longest time too, and he's nothing special.
Good for a few years there. Like he got his game back for
all right.
Like I feel like he had like a 920 or 930 year a couple times. But maybe it'll finally be a year for Minnesota.
Kaprizov, I think Kaprizov though he's fun to watch. It's a young talent, good for Minnesota because they are called the state of hockey. So you know what? If they spice up the West this year, or especially in the playoffs, I'm down for it. I'd love to see it.
I don't want to say it's because they got those sick reverse retro
they got some beauties there.
But have you seen the amount of Kaprizov highlights that have happened in those jerseys? I'm just saying.
Yeah, the other team can't contain themselves.
They're channeling the old North Stars like.
The
jerseys auras. They're just pumping them in there, and
I think that jersey has leapfrogged both the Habs one and the LA Kings one for me, and what I'm probably gonna get.
Wow.
I'm probably gonna get that Minnesota one because
Very
I think they
interesting.
look even better on ice than they did. They're one of
The
the
only
ones
thing I
that
don't like
it was the opposite. There's been a lot that have looked better in the art and then didn't look as good on ice. I think they look better on the ice than they did in the art.
There's a lot of jerseys
release
that
video.
have gone that way for me.
I wish they would have just put the North Stars logo on it. Like, come on.
The end.
I
Just do it.
appreciated that they didn't. I thought it was kind of lazy on Colorado's part. They're literally like this beloved jersey of a different team. We're just gonna take it in colors. But then they actually found a way to. I don't know. I thought it was better they found a way to incorporate their.
It would have been cool if Colorado had done. What if Colorado had done the opposite and taken the Nordiques colors and done a Colorado jersey with them, which they kind of did.
Really cool.
They sort of did with these new blue pants.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
grabbed
I
that
don't
blue
like-
color.
Also, I don't like the blue pants, blue helmet that they started doing this year.
I don't mind it with the home jerseys, but with the away jerseys, it looks stupid.
The home jerseys is the one I don't like it with.
Oh.
I don't like the one. The
To each
whole
their
big. And it's also
I-
part of why I actually haven't ended up liking the Habs retro because the all
it doesn't
blue
match
like
out here.
pants. Well,
Dude, I
those,
don't-
but just it's all just blue in one, and
Yeah.
it's so.
Yeah, he
much
has
blue.
shit brown pants for his fucking teams in NHL when we used to play. He's created a team, the brown ass pants. Yes, you did. I definitely
did.
remember
He
seeing
did.
that once.
Yeah, I think
Those gross ass shitty brown pants.
Well,
Are you talking about in high?
let's
Because
back it
I
up
did
here.
use like a Habs retro jersey that it automatically puts brown
I
pants
think
on.
I think that might be what he's thinking of because that's what I'm thinking of. Was the
Yeah.
retro like striped CAC
God, those
and
are
it's got
gross
like the
as
you had like
shit.
the brown pants and the faux leather gloves, like fake leather
Yeah.
brown gloves.
Yeah.
Whoa. Let's back it up here. I think the blue looks good with both of Colorado's jerseys because it's different. I think it just works.
Okay.
Personally.
Leave it to Eric
It's
to say
different. I don't
something nice. Jeez.
Well,
Oh,
okay.
staying
Oh,
in
hold
the-
on, hold on,
staying in
hold
the
on.
West.
All right.
Oh,
Come on,
Black-
just pile
old,
on.
The old black pants and black gloves that Colorado had look sharp, but it's black. It's gonna look good with everything. Like everyone
true.
always just like that's your default when you log onto a hockey website and get like hockey
black,
pants
yeah.
and hockey gloves. They just
Yeah.
come in black. So you know what? At least they spiced it up.
They
a bit.
should have
But
gone to
I am
white.
behind-
The real question.
That'd be
sticking
interesting. That'd be
sticking in the
interesting.
West, the all gold Golden Knights buckets. Thoughts?
Nah. They look like
Dude,
doorknobs.
okay. Notre Dame. Do you guys watch college hockey?
I have seen their. I
Notre
don't,
Dame-
I don't really watch them, but I've seen
that
They
it
do it
looks
for
cool.
football too.
Notre Dame, yes, but they pull them off. Vegas just does
It's
not.
because-
Yeah, because Notre
rough.
Dame's got their Notre Dame colors match with gold. All right.
Navy blue.
Vegas
navy
don't
blue.
anyway.
They're okay with gold, but I think the difference is Notre Dame's it's a more muted, and it's like the textury kind of thing.
Yes.
It's not
Yes.
glossy. It's not glossy. It's like speckly. I don't even know how to explain it. But and then Vegas is just doorknob gold. Like is what it looks like to
Doorknob
me. It's like
Yeah.
shiny gold. You could see your reflection in it, and I just don't think it looks good.
Yeah.
So
I
this
love
is
it.
Notre
And
Dame.
in the same
Yes, that looks cool.
Yeah,
vein. Oh, matte finish.
little
Yeah.
matty.
It's more of
Like,
a
it's
brush.
really
That's not what I
shiny
thought it
matte.
was. I thought
Yeah,
it was like I don't know. I thought it was like the gold striping.
I think years ago they used to be like very, very like matted gold on the helmets. Like in the movie Rudy. If you haven't
Never
watched
seen it.
it, watch
Yeah.
it.
Movie night,
But
fifth line movie night.
The Golden Knights full gold jerseys also trash.
Yeah, I don't like those either.
They're also like because they ended up looking mustardy like on ice when you look at them from up high.
Mustard.
I think their reverse retros are a lot better of the
Yep.
two that they introduced this year.
Agree.
Those actually ended up pretty clean. But
Moving on from the jersey talk, which is we always end up talking about jerseys, boys.
Yeah.
not hard when you
Um,
have me in a call.
It's true. Moving on, let's talk about the North Division. So I have a couple things written down here.
Can I
Calgary?
pass?
Calgary, Winnipeg, and Edmonton have heated up a little bit from what they were doing. They're both Winnipeg and Edmonton are second and third. 7-2-1, 6-4-0, and then Calgary has improved from the last time we talked, and they now have a 500 record in the last 10.
Markstrom was out last time we talked too. He just got back.
Okay, I see.
And,
The Sens have slowed down. Habs are about the same.
They're probably going to win tonight. So
yeah,
it does look like
crazy thing.
they are going to win. They are up 4-1 with half the third left against Toronto.
Against two.
Toronto.
Dude.
Toronto can't figure them out, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're probably like split right now. It's probably like 3-3.
Yeah.
I think this would make it 3-3. Yeah.
I know they lost to him twice already.
So Ben, how about you go into your Habs if you'd like to? If not, we can move on.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Wait, no.
They've lost a bunch, but they've made sure to lose a lot of them in overtime. So that has kept them clinging desperately to that playoff spot.
3-3-4 in the last 10.
Yeah.
That's good.
They still can't figure out a fucking way to. Yeah, actually, in that vein, Montreal only has 3 more wins than Ottawa.
Oh,
They only have 3 more wins than Ottawa. If you put aside the loser points of it all, they have 3 more wins than Ottawa. That's it.
Yeah, because you probably have a lot of overtime losses, right? And the Senators have just a lot of straight losses because they get a fucking truckload of goals.
Montreal has 7 overtime losses,
Holy.
overtime or shootout. It's not been good. There's been moments. The NHL schedule maker needs to be punched square in the face for that fucking Vancouver game the other night. One, because it made me have to stay up till 1:45 in the fucking morning to finish a hockey game. But, I mean, it ended up being okay because they won 5-1. But then in the process of that, so that was 11 p.m. our time, but 8 p.m. Vancouver time. Game doesn't get done till about 11 p.m. Vancouver time.
Yeah.
They didn't get from Vancouver to Calgary. They flew that same night. They didn't get into Calgary until 3 in the morning, the team was saying the next day. And then they played at 7 p.m. Calgary time later that night. All in that one time.
That's pretty bad.
What is it? I mean, yeah, sure, play through the tiredness. Yeah, okay, yeah. But, that's insane, which, I mean, I guess is just the nature of this season. But, it was
the 8 o'clock
pretty
start
good
time didn't make any sense.
Example. That's what didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, all right, sure. But I understand when it's 10 p.m. out here. So that means 7 p.m. local time there. I guess, yeah, let people that are from around there be able to get home, get done work, get done dinner. Sure. Okay. But why 8? Why'd you have to tack on that extra hour? Why? You didn't have
those
to.
people getting back from work needed that extra hour. Clearly.
But then I was like, all right, so they managed to keep that game close 2-1, and as tired as they were, I guess that was probably okay. And then I was like, the big test will probably be Saturday when they have a chance to rest. And then they just didn't do a fucking thing last night. It was the worst all-around effort I've seen them have this season, which is saying a lot because they've had some bad games this year. I don't know. They're a confusing team because they won against Winnipeg 7-1 a week ago. And then they had a 5-1 game against Vancouver after losing 2-1 to them in the shootout. And then they just dropped 2 to. I don't know. I don't know about the Habs. I'm done. They're weird.
All right. Nick, you want to talk about the Sens, bud?
No.
Okay.
I just hope they win tonight. It's the same thing. And the young guys are playing good. Matt Murray's giving up a bunch of goals. But they do have the fuck's his name? Decord? Is that the other guy?
Joey Decord is who's playing tonight.
They got Decord in tonight.
In net?
So yeah.
Joey okay.
I was about to say Joey okay. Nice. It's a sweet name. Actually the Senators sorry, one thing, Eric. The Senators have 2 of the top 5 rookies in points.
Oh wow!
I think it's Josh Norris and Tim Stützle.
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, no, they've been big pieces for them. Yeah,
all their young guys are playing good right now. Like Tkachuk, I think Tkachuk and Batherson lead the team right now in goals, and I think they both have 11. Which for a shitty season,
it's okay.
I'd say it's pretty good.
Yeah, take it.
Yeah.
Stammer's only got 12. He's the
they'll be
leader
up
on
to
the Lightning.
They'll be up to like 20 goals by the end of the season. I'll take 2 20-goal scorers on my team.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Eric?
Big news in the West for me at least is Daryl Sutter is the coach of the Calgary Flames.
Yeah, that is new.
And I don't. So the reason, at least to me, that sticks out is because I followed the Kings during their Stanley Cup runs, and Daryl Sutter was their coach, and so that's a coach who has led a team who had never won a cup to 2 Stanley Cups in 2012 and 2014, so almost back to back.
As long as Calgary continues to score, they'll be all right. Like those guys all shut down at a point, right?
Yeah,
all 3 of their guys. You're talking about Calgary, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about Calgary, but more specific, like I do agree with that. But Daryl Sutter, I remember watching some sort of documentary about the Kings Cups just on YouTube. But I remember the players were talking about Daryl Sutter, and they were like, yeah, like he like works you. And I know the big thing coming out of Calgary was that bag skate that they had to do. I think it was all over Twitter. If you guys are on Twitter,
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be interesting to see. Like you said, Nick, like getting like their top forwards, like guys who should be playing and producing points, like kind of whipping them into shape.
Johnny Gaudreau, like he's good. We all know he's good.
Yeah.
But like he just is not like his first couple seasons in the league. He was like, wow, this kid's gonna be special. And now it's just kind of like, he's just like consistently, he's good.
I think he's remained a pretty fairly like elite regular season player. The thing with him is he regularly on schedule shuts down as soon as playoffs start.
Can't handle the lights.
I don't know what it is, but like from what I remember, I'm gonna look up his.
All right. Well, you guys continue to chat about the North. I need to squeeze the lemon.
Yeah, he has. I guess that's not terrible. The narrative out of Calgary has always been he's been terrible in playoffs. He has 19 points in 30 games. I mean, he could be better. He's supposed to be one of their best players, and they kind of depend on him to be that. But
yeah, I think he doesn't have any like standout. The thing that gets referenced all the time, right, is whatever playoff series where he had those breakaway chances and he didn't score.
Yeah, that's
on any of them. But like that's like you can't. Hockey is such a crazy bounces, this and that. There's so many factors. You can't put a microscope under like one play. I mean, you can in the sense that yes, in hockey, one play can significantly change the outcome of any game. But like you can't, you move on from it. I don't think you can.
And he stayed such an elite regular season player. Like if his bad regular season seems to be last year, and it really isn't that horrendous in this. Considering
he's down right now too.
He has 23 points in 28 games. If that's a down year, that's a good down year.
That was good, Drew.
Yeah, he had starting in 2014-15, it was 64, 78, 61, 84, 99, and then the big drop is last year in 70 games, 58. But that was a weird year last year. And then 23 and 28. This he's still.
Well, I guess he still produces.
Still a really good hockey player, but I feel like there's a lot of efforts to rush guys like him out of town there that don't understand.
So with Calgary though, I guess my hot take though with Daryl Sutter, and I think if Calgary can keep scoring like you said, Nick, and kind of heat up at the right part of the season, maybe Sutter is a playoff coach that they need. Maybe they'll sneak in and do something. It's very early saying this, but
yeah.
What I don't understand is why they immediately gave him an extra. I don't know if it was an extra 3 years after this one, or if they gave him a 3-year deal.
Sutter.
Yeah,
they have a really good feeling about him.
It's one of the two. Well, I mean, he'd been in Calgary before. He led them to the 04 Cup Finals.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That was lost to Tampa, so they know him. Like the organization.
Kiprusoff.
It was Kiprusoff versus Khabibulin.
What a matchup! That's a great goalie matchup. Wow.
That is, yeah.
Yeah, and Calgary hasn't had a great goalie since Kiprusoff till now.
No, now they have. Yeah, this is easily the best goalie they've had since Kiprusoff.
I think you're forgetting about Mike Smith.
No, I'm not.
Did Jonathan Bernier play there some? Because if so, we can't forget about him.
He didn't.
I don't think he did.
What?
Jonathan Bernier is a great goalie. You need to step
Listen,
off.
All right. He did beat the Lightning the other day, but we're going to roll on here to Eric's Islanders, who, of all of our teams, are
Yes.
Crushing
Yeah.
it.
muy
So,
caliente.
the Islanders are in first place in not just the East, but the NHL right now. So, all right. So
Tied
they've
quietly.
played, quietly, but also why quietly? Because a majority of their wins. So they just won for. All right. Before this podcast, I was watching their game against the Devils tonight. They lost in overtime. It was reviewed and it was offsides.
I would real quick, just so we don't get fact checked. At this moment in time, they are fourth in the league.
The Islanders, really?
Yes.
Because
Actually,
other games are finishing.
other game.
Yeah.
Well, not now. No, the top three Central teams are the top three teams in the league: Carolina, Tampa, and Florida.
Really?
On my screen, it has the Islanders as first.
Yeah. On my screen, it has the Islanders as first too. That's
I don't know why that is. I have them. I see them as fourth. There's 4 teams with 40 points. 18,
The
6,
Islanders
and
have
4.
42 on my screen.
the Islanders have 42. Yeah.
Maybe Mike, maybe
why
yours
isn't
hasn't
mine?
updated
When
yet.
did the
Wait,
game
hold on.
end?
Wait, no. This is why I might be wrong. So they lost in overtime, the Islanders, but then it was reviewed, and then the goal was called back, and then the Islanders won in a shootout. So maybe whatever you're
When
using
did you
didn't
open
update
that
from
standings tab, Mike?
Yeah.
Let me update this.
Yeah. See if it updates.
Did the game happen
Maybe it was-
today? Oh, there we
It
go.
ha-
The game happened
Yeah.
today. Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's
yeah.
why.
So
Okay.
so right before this podcast, yeah, it
Okay.
ended at 8
I
o'clock.
take
but yeah,
it back. I did not know.
Yeah. PK Subban scored an overtime. The Devils beat the Islanders 27 seconds into overtime. It was like a great passing
wow.
play. And then it was one of those plays. You remember that play when Gabe Landeskog was offsides in the Avs playoff game and he was getting onto the bench and he was like his foot was
It's
just
one of those.
It was one of those. Like the guy is away from the play. The Islanders they didn't deserve to win that game. But guess what? You know what? Like you don't control the decisions the refs make. You just move on from them. And they won it in a shootout. So that's a 9-game winning streak.
That's big. God damn.
Yeah. So again, most of those games were wins against the Devils and the Sabres, which, as we know, not the best teams. But sprinkled in there, they did beat Pittsburgh and Boston. And when you're playing teams like that, like kind of like I guess like teams that just are kind of doing and you can play them consistently, but then play like legitimate playoff contenders and
Go
still
back to a good team and win.
I
still
don't
go,
think
but you can
Buffalo's
still beat
playing.
them.
Buffalo's
Okay, yeah.
worse than the Senators
That's-
right now.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Buffalo is playing.
Yeah, but that being said, points are points. I'm just happy the Islanders are taking advantage of their schedule.
Yeah, you can only beat the teams in front of you. So
Yep,
Very
right. Yeah, and other than that, I guess the East again, right? Where I feel like we say this every week, but it doesn't really surprise me. Washington, Pittsburgh, and Boston. I guess Philly, maybe they're kind of the team that's kind of been.
Man.
eh.
I thought they were gonna be
Carter Hart.
good.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's a
uh,
little surprising we're there.
When Carter Hart is
Five wins
on,
streak.
yeah, he's nutty. But like after that series against the Habs, I know I'm saying this as the Habs lost it, but after that series, that really downgraded the Flyers in my eyes. What I saw out of them, because what I saw out of them was if the Habs had a single friggin' player that could have scored like 1 or 2 goals in the right moments, the Habs would have won that series. They weren't good in that series. The Habs were the 24th place team in the league
Mhm.
last year. So yeah, they beat him. Like I don't know, but yeah, the East standings they kind of just line up.
They're there.
Yeah. So that being said, the Islanders play the Capitals next, and that'll be a good matchup, a
Ooh,
1-2
That's a
matchup right
test.
there. So,
That's a test.
so
All right. Wow. Yeah. 9-win streak. That's pretty nice. 9-0-1
Yeah.
in their last 10.
Yeah.
Can they get to
crazy, right?
double digits?
We'll see. I always get
We shall
paranoid
see.
because remember the Sabres? They got to double digits that one year, and then it just came crashing down. But again, that's the Sabres. So
You know what?
Yeah,
so
don't
maybe
base
they
all
do.
your fears off the Sabres.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
they
true.
do the same this year, but in reverse. They got to double-digit loss streak. Now will they?
oh god.
Yeah.
now they're
Go
gonna
on,
turn it
Eric.
around and
Yeah, I don't
rocket
especially
to the moon.
They're gonna
No
turn it
Jack
on
Eichel.
without Eichel. They don't need it. All right, the Central, who I thought had the top 3 in the league, but I was wrong because I needed to refresh. They do have the next 3 in the league.
Yes.
Yeah. So Carolina has bumped the Lightning off of the top spot. Carolina is now in first.
Oh.
They are also
Carolina's 20-6.
they're also the first team to hit 20 wins in the Central. 26-1. They do have one more game played than the Lightning, so there's a little bit of interesting things there. 8-2-0 in the last 10, and also carrying an 8-win streak. So they've been hot as well.
Yeah.
None of those have been against the Bolts. So we'll see.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The Lightning are in second, 19-5-2, and they had a real nice loss to Detroit.
Yeah, that was that the McElhaney game.
That was a McElhaney special. I know you're not supposed to blame the goalie, but oh my days, it's the goalie.
Did he have a rough time?
Well, I'll give you this. Halfway through the first, there was 2 goals, I believe. No, it was 3. It was 3 goals on 5 shots.
Ew.
And 2 of the goals were like standard shots where almost every other goalie is going to save it. And if you watched, you would be able to see it too. He is so panicky in the net, and he just flies everywhere. He's not.
I mean,
centered.
That's always been his style. He just used to stop pucks doing it.
Well, it doesn't
Apparently,
work.
he stopped doing that now.
It does not work anymore. So yeah, and I don't believe they pulled him because it was a back-to-back, and Vasi. They're not going to put Vasi in. It was clear at that point, I think, that they were about to lose. So they were like, "Yeah, we'll just take this. We'll just take this one on the chin." Freaking McElhaney. I was excited.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say I was excited when they got him to be the backup because I knew he was all right, and it's just looked not as good this year. He's been very bad. But
I mean, isn't he kind of getting up there? He's got to be over 35.
he's
by
older.
now.
He's older, yeah. But like freaking, get someone else then.
While we're talking about goalies,
37.
does anybody know who is the Canes starter currently?
I think it's Bernier. No, he's
Wrong.
on Detroit, idiot.
Nedeljkovic or whatever that guy's.
No,
It's Reimer.
Is
It
it
is
Reimer?
Reimer, yeah.
Reimer's 12-3. His goals against average is 2.7, and his save percentage is 908. Jesus, I'm gonna butcher this.
Yeah,
Nedeljkovic,
Yeah.
6-2. Basically a 2 goals against average and a 929. In Mrazek's limited time, he's 2-1, and his save percentage is a 955.
Whoa.
He's also only played 4 games, but
Yeah,
Dang.
smaller sample size.
Yeah, so they've got 3 pretty solid goalies then. So that's nice.
Yeah. Reimer, like who'd have thought Reimer?
Steve
Yeah,
Dangle
I mean,
would
he's-
have.
Yeah.
He's just like Brian Elliott. Like Brian Elliott's playing good right now too.
I mean, there's some goalies that you tend to hang around for a while and are able to sort of capture a good year here and there. Because, I mean, there's a lot. The worst goalies in the NHL are still very good hockey goalies. And it's probably the case that there's a lot of players that they'll get maybe a season or 2 where they're just at their peak and they'll drop because
Then
it's
they'll just be
the
okay.
best league in the world. It's the best league in the world, so it's
Yeah.
probably going to happen. But I think Reimer's been fairly consistent.
Been
Although I
very
know he's
good.
had a few bad. I think he had a few bad years with Florida, and then Carolina hasn't always been great
Yeah.
for him.
Well, that's Florida. Before this year, Florida was a trash heap.
That's also
So-
true.
Mhm.
And then they got
Which I
then
still
they
don't
got
understand how
then
they're
they,
playing
they
as
got
good as they are. But
because they got Duclair and they got Joel.
he's not even playing that good though.
No, he's not. But he's morale.
Patrick Hornquist, I think, has been crushing it, hasn't he?
Yep.
That's true.
there.
They
And
did
then didn't
snag
that
him.
the guy that went from Tampa to them,
Ooh, he is.
Isn't he
He's
doing
really
things?
well. Verhaeghe's doing really well.
Verhaeghe? Yeah.
Yep. So Tampa does have a game tomorrow against Nashville, which is for some reason a rivalry for some reason. But
yeah, you were saying it kind of became
the first 2 games they played. Like the first one, it just got super heated, and then the second one, like there was a bunch of fights and people bleeding and stuff. I was like, what's going on? But the Lightning do lead the league in goal differential, which raise your hand if you're surprised. That's what I thought.
Can you name the team that
Lightning?
Can you name the team that's last place in the league with goal differential?
I believe you can.
It's gotta be Buffalo, or is it Ottawa?
It's not.
Yeah, it's Ottawa by a lot.
Oh, it's because
I checked it the other day.
Every
There's
time
been
they
those
play
blowouts.
Edmonton, they get like
They fucking blow the doors off of them.
Yeah,
7 goals at least every single time.
Minus 42, Ottawa is.
Ooh,
Yeah, they're
Buffalo
they're very well in last with that right now.
where's
Probably
Buffalo
like
at?
minus 20,
Beefalo,
Yeah,
minus
28
30.
probably.
Minus 30. Then it's which isn't
that's
even
also-
that's not even
yeah.
second worst. Second worst is Detroit, minus 33. Oh, and then Anaheim is minus 32.
Oh,
wow.
Buffalo's not even.
Isn't
They just
Anaheim
lose.
doing
They just
things for a
lose.
second?
Huh?
They just I thought Anaheim was doing things
You
for a
know,
second. but I guess not.
for a little bit there, they were doing something.
oh, I don't know.
Float.
This was super recent, but while we're on the Central, Carolina put Jake Gardner on waivers. I don't know if you
I saw
guys saw
that.
that.
Was
Yeah.
it to get him to the taxi squad?
I think
Probably.
they put him on the taxi squad. Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
why. Okay.
That is a real.
Carolina
correct.
doesn't need any more defense. They just play
I
Dougie
think
Hamilton all the
he's-
time.
I
They have a
think
pretty
he's
good
kind
decor.
of been bad like the last 2 seasons from what I remember of him. Like he wasn't doing all that hot after he signed that deal with them, and I think the deal is also quite expensive.
Quite
If I
shaped.
remember correctly, it's like 8 mil.
I think it was like 7,
Frickin' A.
but still.
Jake Gardner.
For
He
Jake
is
Gardner,
signed-
7 mil.
Oh no, I am very wrong. Very very wrong. It's 4 mil a year,
Okay.
but
Little off. Just double it.
yeah, just a smidge. I thought I saw a tweet the other day, but I guess not. Just kept
Jesus, if
from,
he was playing as an $8 million goalie or defenseman, ooh,
that would have been bad. But what has
that's
his?
Petro money.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he was only in for 68. Oh no, that was basically the whole season last year. Never mind.
Almost. Yeah.
He was a minus 24 though. Jeez.
Oh man, that's pretty bad.
See, plus minus is one of those stats where you only really get an idea if it means anything if it's really far one way in
It's
another
really far in
direction.
one direction. Yeah.
And negative 24 is getting to the point where
It's
it's
kinda
like,
far.
eh.
It's kind
That
of
means you're giving up a lot of goals on your watch, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he's
Yeah.
just not. Or no goals are going in when he's on the ice. Either way.
Which is also not awesome because he's
Yeah,
known
either
as
way,
an
it's-
offensive defenseman.
He
So
is,
like
he
he's
is.
supposed to be like a weapon in that
Yeah.
way. But
So let's move on, gentlemen. We'll end the episode off. Now, I couldn't think of anything to do today. And then I remembered what we were talking about last episode.
Oh
Eric,
yeah.
Eric, bring it up. Bring it in, man.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it is Oreos.
It is.
what about
How you eat your Oreo.
What, gentlemen, is
Ooh.
the correct way to eat an Oreo?
1 second.
Ben is going to give us a demonstration. We're going to have him.
just-
Okay.
While we're waiting, let's just remember next week, Chips Ahoy.
Chips Ahoy. Yes,
Chips Ahoy.
next week.
Crunchy or chewy?
That is the debate.
I'm gonna have to get
I
some
think
and
I'm
try
gonna
it.
eat Chips Ahoy. I think I'm gonna eat Oreos like super wrong compared to you guys.
Okay, so
Some people.
all right, so Ben,
God.
you have to eat 4 Oreos, one for each of us, and we're going to tell you how to eat it.
Oh jeez.
oh God.
Actually,
Well, I'm
the
gonna-
way I'll go first, but the way that I eat an Oreo,
Yeah, what do you do?
you need at least 2.
Whoa. Okay.
He takes 2
Okay,
double stuff.
so what
and
I
he
do
does a double
is, you know,
stuff.
you separate them,
Yeah, yeah.
obviously,
Yeah.
and then you separate them both, and then
Yeah.
you take the 2 cream sides and
Aha,
like a double
you make,
stuff.
You make a
double stuff.
quadruple stuff because these
So-
are double stuffed already. So I'm gonna
So
have
Okay.
triple stuff.
yeah, so then I just I'll eat the crappy cookies first.
Show it to the camera. Show it
obviously.
to the camera.
Oh, yeah, there we
Look
go.
at that. Look at that bad
That's-
boy.
That's
Like
nice.
cracked in half. All right.
What do you do with the cookie halves?
I eat the cookie halves first because they're the
Yeah.
shitty part,
Oh.
Yeah.
and then I
Interesting.
eat the
Interesting.
scrumptious.
Also, I was kidding.
The
Ben, you
scrumptious
don't have
Oreo
to eat all
filling.
the Oreos.
I don't think he cares.
He's like, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Fuck, it's taking a long time.
None of the rest of us have Oreos. Danielle has gluten-free
yeah, dang.
Oreos, but
So
It
the
probably
way I
tastes
do
like
it,
shit.
when I don't just bite it in half, because sometimes I just do that.
Mhm.
When I want to just get the cream, I twist it off. I don't lick it though. I kind of get like my teeth under.
oh, you
like, one
scrape
side
it.
of
You do a scrape.
Yep.
I just pop it all off in one piece.
Look
Yep.
at that.
Just it's like he's
cream.
done it a few times.
Just cream. Yeah, that had some accuracy to it.
He friggin' cleaned that thing off in just
Yeah.
one fell swoop. Whoop.
Yeah,
Yeah, because if you get your
that's a talent.
your lower teeth just under it, you can just pop it all off in one go. Yeah, you bite up
Nice.
on it.
Interesting. Eric, how do you eat an Oreo? We've had two
so-
very different ones so far.
So I usually do the bend technique that he just explained. I just like kind of just pull it apart, just go for the cream. But the classic
Well,
way
I
to eat an
can
Oreo,
show it again.
the classic way to
you
eat an
just-
Oreo, because I drink milk, you just dunk the Oreo.
The
in
dunk.
milk.
I was wondering if someone would
Yeah.
go for the dunk.
Yeah, the dunk.
I
yeah.
do. If I have milk around, I will sometimes indulge in the dunk.
Exactly. If I
will
have
sometimes do that.
if I have milk around, that's what matters. But I don't. Again, my brother's probably not going to watch this, but he's the dunker, so he holds the title.
the
But
dunk
if I
master?
dunk anything, it's going to be an Oreo.
Has he dunked anything else weird lately besides the banana?
Lately, no. I mean, he's at college right now, so I don't know what he does. But he's a muffin dunker for sure, consistently. So that's there's that.
A muffin dunker,
Muffin
bro.
Cupcakes too. You know, you just
Sounds
pull
so
the
dirty,
cupcake
even though
apart,
it
you
isn't.
just-
It does.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
Oh no, Eric.
To the viewers, don't type that word in on Urban Dictionary, please. I beg
Muffin
you.
dunker.
I'm about
Yeah.
to go and see.
No, don't do.
Ben's doing it.
Oh boy.
I'm not scared.
Yeah. Don't read it if it's really bad.
Muffin Dunker Urban Dictionary. Here we go. There's a Muff Dunker, which I have a
Oh, no,
feeling.
no,
I know
don't
what
read
is.
that.
No, we're
That's not a
doing
muffin.
that.
That's not a
That's
muffin
not a
dunker.
muffin. That is not a muffin.
Yeah, no, there's nothing. Sorry, nothing funny.
Okay, all right.
Now I am not a cookie guy. I'll be honest. I'm more of a nice meat stick guy.
Okay.
If I'm gonna go for a snack, it's gonna be savory, not sweet. That being said,
on the
I do enjoy Oreos, but I just eat them. I'm
Yeah.
a plain Jane. I just
I mean, more often than not, that's what I do too. But when I'm feeling spicy, when I want to do something different,
you just
I
eat
do
the
that.
cream,
do the
cream pull.
the cream pull. Yeah, we'll call it.
Oh
The
god.
creme pull, actually. The
Yeah,
creme.
yeah.
Oh, not.
Creme.
Oh, that makes it worse.
No, I like Nick's. It's classy.
Creme. It's classy. It's
If
classy.
you know, Nick, nothing about that is classy.
No.
Nothing about that.
Ben
man
Ben did
is
it way.
classy.
Ben did it way more elegantly than I would too.
Oh yeah, you'd make a real mess, wouldn't you, buddy?
I've actually, honestly,
throw some noises
I'm not
in
gonna. I am honestly not gonna lie. I've done that with probably 4 before, and just had that much cream in the middle.
Oh my gosh.
But
dude.
but at that point, you have to scrape it off and put it on, and
And then you gotta
turns
use a
into a-
knife, and
turns
then you
into a
gotta
whole
clean the
ordeal.
knife.
Nick, were either of you in fucking 4th grade with me, Mrs. Jones?
No.
Do you remember that day we did fucking sculptures out of Oreo where we were rolling the cream into balls and shit for some reason? And using the cookie bits to make I think somebody made a dog or whatever. I wanted to eat that cream so bad because it was obviously didn't because it's
Your
been
hands
fucking
are all over
man-made.
it.
But it was 12 Oreos worth of cream,
Oh,
just
that would've been disgusting.
But
Dude, that
4th
would've
grade, you
fucking-
wanted to eat
that would
that
have
so
tasted
bad.
dope. That would have
Oh.
tasted fuego.
What does that mean? What's fuego?
Fire.
Oh, is that it?
Maybe. All right, just might have butchered that. I thought it was used. Even if it doesn't mean fire, it's used to be synonymous with fire.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
I like Fuego Taco Bell sauce.
Yeah, fire. It is fire.
Cool.
All right, viewers.
yeah.
Next week it will be Chips Ahoy.
Yes.
Donkey.
Yes.
Jesus, crunchy or chewy.
Or
Fuck
the
you
secret,
guys.
the secret third kind, Donkey chip cookies.
No, Nick, that's a
Or if-
genius idea.
Or if you got another for like hidden gem in there, like the Nutter Butter ones. Fuck yeah.
Oh, Nutter Butters are so
Nutter
good.
Butters are legit.
I fuck with those all day. Now, Mike, you're talking about not wanting like a sweet. You want something salty. Nutter Butters
Butters
or
are
Chips
good.
Ahoy usually have enough salt in them to have that like balance between sweet and
Yeah.
salty.
So
Oreos, on the other hand, do not.
next
No.
week we continue with the cookie talk, as you see,
Yeah.
as you can see. But we hope you enjoyed this episode. We hope you stay safe, and we hope that you'll tune in next time. See you guys later.